All of us experience physical pain as part of our life. The question is, what are your beliefs about physical pain, and how does physical pain affect you and the decisions and choices that you make in your life? Well, today we're going to talk about how to overcome physical pain. What are your beliefs about physical pain? And I say physical pain because there are two types. There's physical pain and there's emotional pain. In this video, we're going to talk specifically about physical pain. And then in the next video, we're going to talk about emotional pain. Remember, if you've watched some of our other videos, we know that in life, everything that happens is just feedback, or it's just information. And so we experience physical pain. What does that mean? The truth is that in and of itself, physical pain or experiencing physical pain, and it means nothing until we attach meaning to it. So what is the meaning that you attach to physical pain in your life? I recently ran an ultra marathon, a 50K race, and as I had that experience and pushed through the physical pain that I experienced, I had some real ahas about my belief of physical pain and what it means. In my life, I had always believed and felt that when our body is experiencing physical pain, that it's a sign to us, or it's sending a message to us that something is wrong and that we need to avoid or stop whatever it is that's causing that pain. That belief came from, the idea of, if you touch something hot and you feel pain, that's a message to you that, oh, don't touch that, stay away from that, or you're going to get hurt. And so I allowed that belief to kind of expand and to cover other areas of my life, or maybe all areas of my life, that when I experience pain, that means stop, get away, don't continue to do what you have been doing. But what if that belief is not true? Again, our beliefs drive our behavior. So everything in life that we do it for a reason, or we wouldn't do it. And so as we go through life, we have experiences, and then we have thoughts about those experiences, and then those thoughts create beliefs, and those beliefs drive our behavior. But 90% of the time, we're on autopilot, which means it's the subconscious part of our brain that's driving our behavior. And so we often have beliefs that we have adopted or that we have created that we're not really even aware that we created, and they're just part of our subconscious. And whenever we get triggered or are put in a situation that fits with that belief, then that belief comes out, and we don't really think about or question those beliefs. We just accept that the way that we see the world and the way that we're experiencing whatever it is the way that it is. I had this belief that when I'm exercising, when I'm running, when I'm experiencing anything and it creates pain, that's a message for me to stop. Well, how does that fit then with somebody that has chronic pain or long-term pain in their life? How do I stop that? How do I go on with my life if I have physical pain that doesn't go away? Maybe the truth is that physical pain is just part of life. Maybe it's something that we need to learn to deal with, or maybe there are other lessons for us to learn through pushing through the pain than just the lesson of this means stop, don't proceed from this point. What I learned from my experience in the 50K race is that I can run through pain. I can push through pain. It doesn't harm me. And in fact, there are benefits that come from pushing through the pain, that I can learn more about me, and that there's more that I can accomplish and do in my life if I'm willing to put up with the pain. So one other thought about physical pain is how much of our physical pain is actually caused by our thoughts or influenced by our thoughts. We know that whatever we focus on tends to expand or to increase. So if I have some pain or physical ailment that I'm experiencing and I focus on that, what does it normally tend to do? It tends to expand or to grow, to increase. If we can move our mind to something else, then oftentimes that pain or that discomfort will go away. So think about that in your own life. How many times do you experience pain? And then the question for you is, when you experience that pain, how does it influence your behavior? So what are your beliefs that you have about the pain? Do you push through the pain, or do you allow the pain to stop you from doing whatever it is that you were wanting to do with your life? It could be that at a subconscious level, you have created a belief that pain is a bad thing. Pain is telling you to stop. And so maybe any time that you get to a place in your life that it becomes scary or fearful, that maybe you have a belief that you're not going to be able to do or accomplish whatever it is. And again, most of us are conditioned in life that we don't want to fail, that we see failure as a bad thing. If I'm afraid that I may not succeed at whatever it is that I'm doing, could it be that pain is an excuse that we create or exaggerate in our mind that allows us to not push through and to not actually find out whether we could succeed and accomplish our goal or not? So again, there's different types of physical pain. Some of you may have some chronic pain that it's there for you all of the time. If that's the case, what are your beliefs about that? Do you have a belief that that's not the way that life should be, that life isn't fair and that it's not right? And do you spend a lot of time focusing on that pain? And in doing so, how does that affect you? Could it be possible for you to change your belief about the pain and to just say, okay, this pain is part of life? And are there ways that I could learn to just accept that pain and therefore not focus on it all of the time? And if I'm not focused on it, then maybe it shifts out of my conscious awareness and it just becomes part of what is. Just like anything else in my life that maybe is not what I would choose, but it's there. And if I accept it, it may be possible then that the intensity of that pain may diminish and it may not have as much of an effect upon me because it just becomes part of my life. So I encourage you, pay attention to the pain. Look at what is the belief that you have attached to that. And for me, one of the ahas that I had through this is that pain and fear for me are kind of combined or one and the same. And so fear in my life is something that holds me back and keeps me from moving forward. Well, I've allowed pain to do the same thing. So look at that in your life. What role does pain play in your life? And then remember that pain in and of itself means nothing until we attach meaning to it. So look at your beliefs and the meaning that you have attached to pain and see if that is actually benefiting you and helping you in your life, or is it holding you back? And if it's holding you back, consider being willing to change that belief into a belief that can benefit and help you to create the life of your dreams, the life that you love. Thanks for watching today. Be sure and subscribe to our channel, ring the bell so that you can get daily updates. And if you want to know more about who we are and what we do, visit our website at principlebasedliving.com. You'll see it listed below. And if you're watching this on LinkedIn, make sure you follow me here.